What's up guys, it's Crimson, and today I'm bringing you guys a video on how to create a offline chat system and file drop system with a Raspberry Pi. The full list of tools that you guys will need is a Raspberry Pi. I'm using a 3B+, but any of these work. And you're going to need, of course, your micro SD card. I'm using a SanDisk Extreme 32GB courtesy of Yeeboy on Discord, who bought it off of my Amazon wishlist. Thank you very much. You will also need a flash drive. I'm using a 16GB SanDisk Cruiser. This will act as your system's hard drive. You will need access to your router and a Ethernet cord, and of course you'll need an adapter to plug your micro SD card into your computer. So without further ado, let's get started. So what you're going to do is you're going to navigate to piratebox.cc, click on How To's, and go to Installation, and of course select Raspberry Pi. And it'll bring you to this website. So if you have any of these, you're going to click this, and if you have this, which is, I'm using a Raspberry Pi 3B+, so I'll be downloading this one, you're going to click this link. Now you'll need some sort of torrent client. I'm using BitTorrent. I already have it downloaded, but you will have to torrent it to get this downloaded. There are alternative download sources, but with my experience, they take forever, and it's just easier to torrent it. So I have my image here, Piratebox, and I'm going to be using Rufus to burn the image to my micro SD card. So I have my micro SD card selected right here. I have my image selected, and without further ado, we can just click Start. Okay, and this should just take a minute. So now that the image is done burning, it will look something like this. And now what you can do is you can take out your adapter, you can take out your micro SD card, and you can put it in your Raspberry Pi. And you will also need to plug in your empty flash drive into your Raspberry Pi, and then we can go on to the next step. So this part is very important. You must listen very carefully. You're going to plug your flash drive into the Raspberry Pi, into one of the USB ports. Then you're going to go plug in your Raspberry Pi and connect it via Ethernet to your router. Now we will be using SSH to set this up for the first time. So what you'll need to do is navigate to install PuTTY. Whoops, not Python 3. Install PuTTY. And it's a SSH and Telnet client, and you can download it here. The download's super simple. It's a really simple thing to use, and there's also a tutorial here on how to set it up using PuTTY, so it's very simple. Don't be alarmed. But so what you'll need to do is obviously have an empty flash drive, put it in your Raspberry Pi, plug it in, and connect it via Ethernet. So I'm going to go do that, and you guys can come back when you're done doing that. Alright guys, so I have let it run for about 5 minutes, plugged into my router and plugged into the wall, and I found the local IP address of the Pi by running this thing called Advanced IP Scanner. Obviously, if you're on Linux, you can run something like Nmap, or even Windows, you can run something like Nmap, but I just downloaded this because it's a very simple tool to use. If you just look up Advanced IP Scanner, it comes up, press scan, and I knew that this was it because the manufacturer was the Raspberry Pi Foundation. So you can see the local IP address is 192.168.0.14, and what you're going to do to set up your Pi for the first time is open PuTTY, and you're going to type alarm at 192.168.0.14 or whatever your Pi is, so it'll be different for everybody, but the port 22 is for SSH, as you probably know, and you're going to make sure that you have the connection type SSH checked, and you're going to click open. Now the default password is alarm, and if you run the command PASSWD, then you can change the password there. And I obviously recommend that from changing it from the default password. So now you should be ready to get started. So if you open up all possible connections over here, you will see one that says Piratebox share freely. All you need to do is connect to that, and I will be right back. I'm going to do that. So once you guys have connected to your network, which for me was Piratebox share freely, that should be the default for you guys too. As you can see, it brings you to this website, and you can chat and share files anonymously. So I can send this, and I will connect to it on my phone to show you guys that this works with multiple people. So a great use for this is, for example, you could keep it in your backpack all day running on a battery pack. So something like a portable charger actually works perfectly for a Raspberry Pi. You could have this running in your backpack, and all of your friends could connect to it and, you know, do chat, upload files, do whatever you want. So I'm going to be connecting on my phone right now to piratebox.lan/content. And here we go. And there's my message. So here we go. I have successfully sent a message from both the computer I'm connected on now and my phone. So you can also obviously upload files, and if you want to configure this to use the flash drive as your main storage system, which is the whole point of having the flash drive, is so that it doesn't take up space on your disk, all you need to do is go to the app post installation tab on the PiratBox website. So post installation, it has some basic configuration tools, and you can also customize it, you know, do all sorts of cool things. So I hope you guys liked this video. Now that you've configured all this, your Raspberry Pi should be good to go. All you need to do is plug it in and have your SD card in, and you should be able to chat anonymously and share files anonymously. I hope you guys joined this video. I have a few thanks to give. Big thanks to Retro Wolf. He's a mod on my Discord. He made the thumbnail for this video. And obviously, like I said before, a big thanks to Yeeboy for gifting me this micro SD card. I will have a link tree in the description if you guys want to get me something on my wish list. You don't have to, obviously, but some people have really gone above and beyond, and I'm super appreciative of that, and I'll be sure to give all the people who do, you know, a shout out, and I just really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. Be sure to be subscribed and have those notifications on for more fun videos like this, fun and informative videos. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video.